Greetings traders, it is Thursday, June 30th, 2022. Got a signal for CL, GC, and Bitcoin BTC. I'm not going to take BTC, but I am taking GC and CL, the two signals. And looks like we're about to get filled on CL here very shortly. I'll be back. Okay, I had to get in on the YM manually because I didn't have time to set the order up. They want to run right here, so I'm waiting for the ES and NQ to also go long, and I'm going to take entry manually. Okay, I had to manually get into the YM and the ES, but I did have time to set up the order for the NQ. So it's just going to get me in and out automatically, but on the YM and ES, I will need to get out manually, or I could set a sell order and a stop order anytime I wanted to. But I don't suspect that they're going to take very long to get to the exit today. They're probably going to go up quite a bit, and if I wanted to, I could go for more. But I'm just going to play very high math and just take the what I had planned. 40 ticks on the ES, which is 500, and 100 ticks on the YM, which is 500, and then it's going to be 200 ticks on the NQ, which is 1,000, and then right now GC and oil aren't really doing much, so I'm not sure if we're going to get a signal on them tonight or not. Probably we will on oil, but maybe not on GC. On gold, I'm not sure. Anyway, I may go for more on these. It just depends. If it really looks like it's good, I'll go ahead and go for double that. Go for 1,000 on YM and 1,000 on the ES. Okay, this thing is shooting up. Where is NQ? Oh, NQ did not get me in. It did not get me in. It passed up my order. It was supposed to get me in at 6:15. It's at 6:29. It was a stop limit. The stop limit didn't go off. All right, I'm going to be looking. Let's see if it pulls back a bit here. Maybe gets me in. It's a possibility. Otherwise, I just missed it with a stop limit. I was going to place a stop on it. I should have. I knew the NQ moves fast. Darn, I think we missed this one. I missed the NQ. Okay, well, there's a lesson for you. Especially on the NQ, you know, you don't want to miss them, and I just did, and all I had to do was place a stop order instead of a stop limit, or I could have put the limit at a little bit, you know, give it like 5 ticks or something like that, just to make sure I get in. But a stop will get you in no matter what. Yeah, I missed it. It's taken off. They want to go up big today. So okay, so I missed the NQ, but I was only going for 50 ticks on this thing anyway. I might as well go ahead and cancel the order. Now, I'll tell you what, I'll give it a chance. If it makes a nice pullback and gets me in, I'll take it. Otherwise, I missed it. I'll just cancel it in a little while. And but I'll tell you what, I'm going to go for a $1,000 trade on the YM and a $1,000 trade on the ES, and I'll get out manually when it gets there. Okay, getting close to 1,000 here on the ES. As soon as it hits, I'm going to go ahead and jump out, and then I'm also going to get ready to jump out manually of the YM as well. Got to do this because I didn't have time to set up the orders. They really wanted to move. Wait for it to go up a little bit more than that. They could have got out right there, but it's okay. It'll go up. They really wanted to move, is what it is. Okay, here we go. All right, I'll jump out. Okay, out of that one, I'm going to switch over to YM. Usually I have time to set up the orders, but just today it really wanted to move, so just didn't have time. Actually, I did if I just would have waited until after, and I could have set it up, but by then I'd given up on it and was ready to take it manually instead. Anyway, I'm just waiting for this to read 1,000, and then I will get out. If it comes all the way back to 500, I'll jump out before it gets there. It's just a way to lock in profit. Let it go to 1,000, or if it wants to pull back on me here, I'll just get out for 100 ticks. No big deal. Or if it keeps going, I'll hang on to it till it gets to 1,000. Anyway, I'll come back. If it goes down to 500, or right before it gets there, I'm going to jump out. Okay, I jumped out of that trade about 550, I think it was, something like that. So I missed the NQ, would have hit the exit 200 ticks, and but I did 100 ticks on ES or YM, and got 1,000 on the ES, so I got 80 ticks on the ES. Not too bad. Let me see here, and I'm still waiting on GC and CL to give a signal. So I would have made $1,000 today on the NQ had I not made a mistake and placed a stop limit order to get in. NQ moves too fast for that. Need to just place a stop order to get in. Once it hit that price, buy me at market and get me in. Anyway, I will come back when CL and or GC give entry. Okay, so it's really late here, and I'm going to go to sleep. And I still have 2 signals set up, one for CL and one for GC, gold and oil. And they will go through, and they'll go off all by themselves. GC is set for 50 ticks, oil is set for 100 ticks. They should go off by themselves by the time I get up. They'll be through, and I can show here, and then I can close this video up. But yeah, I just let them go through because they're all set up. Stop, exit, everything, entry, everything's all set up, ready to go. Anyway, I'll be back to show the conclusion of these 2 signals that are left. The gold signal has gone off here. In gold now short, just going for $500 on gold. Still not in CL yet. CL has not triggered, but it's very close to triggering here. Very, very close. Okay, almost to the exit here on GC, on gold. Just needs to make it to 500. It'll get me out. And CL is now in the position here. So the signals, these 2 signals are, the instruments didn't do it, just like yesterday. The instruments didn't do anything really for a long time, and then now they're working. Now they're moving. But the signal is good until the signal enters, and then it'll either work or it won't. But it never, it's always good. So it always stays good until it's ready to go, and you go short or go long based upon the signal. So anyway, in both positions, just waiting to get out now. Okay, gold is out here. Out on gold. You can see it made $495 on gold, and now I'm just waiting on oil. Shouldn't take too long. 100 ticks on CL. Oil goes up, oil goes down, but you know, at least you get to make money on it. You know, you get to make money from oil, and that way, you know, high gas prices don't bother you. With my signals, you could just trade oil if you can afford the margin. 14,400 for the margin for oil, but if you could afford the margin for oil, you could just easily take 1 trade a day and make $1,000 every day, every single day, and many times make 2,000 in a day. You 50% of the time, make 2,000 in a day. Just a matter of going for the right one, going for 200 ticks on the right trade. Like yesterday, I could have went for the 200 ticks and would have gotten it very easily on oil. But 100 ticks is basically 100% math, just about, almost. Sometimes it only goes 80 or 90 and then goes back the other way. It does happen, but not that often. So what I'm looking for here in my position is if I go up like 800, 900, and it doesn't make it to the 1,000 and then goes all the way back, I'm not gonna take a loss on the trade. I'll get out. But I will give it the opportunity to go to 100 because it goes to 100. I mean, to $1,000. It goes there almost every time. So I will definitely play the math and play it to that 100 or break even. Okay, just like yesterday, for yesterday's signals, all signals will be successful today, just like yesterday, once this reaches its exit. Once CL reaches the $1,000, all the signals will be successful. YM, ES. I didn't get into the NQ because I had a stop limit order set, and it went right through the stop limit and didn't fill me. Otherwise, I would have won on the NQ as well, another 1,000. My fault. I will set a stop order next time instead of a stop limit to get myself into the trade. And I went in manually on YM and ES because I didn't have time to set the order, but I had time to set the NQ, and then it didn't work because I used a stop limit. So anyway, all trades worked again, all signals, and they basically work every day. So these signals are the most powerful signals in the world by 100,000 times. I mean, there's nothing out there that even can come close. Nobody in the world could compete with somebody who knows the codes to the markets. You see oil moving against me here. When you get the signals, you have to realize that this is going to happen. It happens quite often. I don't know what the percentage is, but I would say probably more than 50% of the time. So you need to realize that this sort of thing is going to happen to you, not to worry about it. If you stress about it, it's just going to kill you. You know what I mean? Because this will be successful. It will come back down and it will hit the exit. That's the one thing you have to realize, you have to understand. Now the only exception to this would be is if it had made it enough ticks. It needs to make it at least 80 ticks. And then you could play a break even. Otherwise, if it doesn't make it to 80 ticks, you don't even think about getting out. It's the code, and it will work. You must trust it, and you must realize it and see it. That's one of the reasons why I'm doing the signals here to show on video, so that when you come into the signals and you start taking them, you know already that they work. So that you don't need to test them through, like a demo account or something like that. You don't need it. You can just come in and start taking them. I'm taking a bit of heat on this signal here. It was just up at minus 800. It's coming back down now. But, I just wanted to show that this is going to happen. But don't think that you got the direction wrong. You didn't. It's just, think of it as it's trying to fake people out into going long right now. They just want to fake people. But it's really going to go down. And it only went 56 ticks down from the signal. That's how you know it'll go further than that. It won't just go 56 ticks. Now, if it goes 80 and it comes all the way back, that's different. But 56 ticks? No, you know that it will go more than that. You know it will go a minimum of 80, an absolute minimum. So, and that's only because of really super tight, choppy day. So you know it's going to go down more. You don't need to worry about it. And just go hit your 100 ticks. And you will see, I'm so far down, almost 100 ticks down, but yet I will make my 100 ticks. So when you're in the signals, just realize that this is what's going to happen. Just make sure that you've got your calculation right and you know how many ticks it went down from the signal. That way you know whether you should have gotten out or you should get out or whatever. But 56 ticks is not enough. It will go a minimum of 80. Again, I just wanted to show really taking some heat now on the CL position. Minus 1382, 1400 now. See it going the wrong way. You know, when you're in the signal and you see this, it's just going to cause total fear and, you know, panic, and you're going to think, oh no, what's going to happen if I lose it's the stop and I lose big. You know, I understand that, believe me. But what I want to do now is record this so that you can see what's going to happen. That it'll come all the way back down. It will go hit the exit. Like for instance, if you're down like this, right? And it makes it, you're thinking to yourself, oh man, if this thing makes it back to break even again, I'm going to get out. Right? But you don't want to do that because it will make it to the exit. This is, you know, this is like a lot of people have tried the signals, and when this happens to them, they just can't take it and don't want to do them anymore, or miscalculate on their margin and get hit with their margin. Broker takes them out, and then they lose on the trade even though they would have won. So, you know, you really need to take that into account, to play with the right amount. You can't play these signals at full contract if you're not able to ride the negative position that you're going to be in sometimes. I mean, sometimes it can really be a very bad negative position, but you'll come all the way back and win. As long as you can hold on to the position, you're going to be fine. And I just want to show that it'll come back all the way back. It's not a problem. It's the way that the codes work is they set themselves up, and they'll move lower and lower and lower, or higher and higher and higher. This one is just setting up. It's either going to go to code 10 short. It's already gone code 8 short, but it's either going to go code 10 short, or it's going to move up into the second code 8, and then that one will go short as well, and they'll both go short. It'll probably, you know, drop out after that, but I wouldn't count on that. I'm just saying, if it does that, it will come back down again. I mean, it will come back down again. This is all part of the code. But I understand if you don't understand the codes, you don't know how the codes work, it looks really bad. It looks like, oh, we went the wrong way. Oh, you know, we should have went long. You make a bunch of money instead of going short. But in reality, the true direction will be down, not up. So, you know, we could even go for more than 100 ticks. But I'm only going to go for 100 just to keep the math really super high, as always. But watch when this happens, and I win on the trade, of course. Imagine that you were watching it right now, and just imagine how you'd feel. Now imagine that you didn't watch it at all, and the next thing you know, it's green and it's out for $1,000, and that's all you saw. You see, not watching it can have its benefits. But I understand that you want to watch the position and everything like that. I understand that too. But, so this is what I'm doing by recording these signals. I'm going to show you how they work. I'll be back. Okay, we're going to get some more signals coming up here, so I've got to prepare for those. As you can see, CL is still in a negative position here. Doesn't mean the trade will lose at all. What we're going to do, or what I'm going to do, is wait for the next signal to come. Now, if that's a short and it hasn't hit my exit, then I will hold it for another 100 ticks down wherever that signal says to go for, and adjust my exit accordingly. Or if before the signal comes, it comes all the way down and hits my exit and gets me out, I will take the exit and then be looking for the new signal. If it goes short, I'll take it short. If it goes long, I'll take it long, whichever way it goes. And so that's generally how you play these. There's a very real possibility that if this thing were to come all the way down, hit the exit before the next signal, there is a very real possibility that it could go back the other way on the next signal and go long instead of short. So you want to be careful. You just take your exits when you got them. In other words, you play this mathematical. You simply play it mathematically. You have a stop, you have an exit, and you have an entry. They are all precise. They will either work or they won't. This thing went all the way up. I was down like 3,500, something like that. And, it's come all the way back down again, and it should continue to go all the way down. But there's no guarantee that it will do that. We're getting close to the next signal here. If that signal goes long, then I'm going to have to take it long. But hopefully it won't do that. I don't think it will, but anything is possible, of course. Usually oil never does this. Oil is usually a really super good mover. Whatever direction it goes in on the signal, it just keeps going, and it makes the exit relatively easily, relatively quickly. That's the way oil generally always is. It usually never does this. This is what the YM does sometimes, or what else does this? Sometimes gold can do this. Not that often, though. But YM does it a lot. NQES can do it a lot. But not so much with CL. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to conclude this particular video and put it, save it so I can render it out later. And I'm going to start a new video for these new signals. So you'll see the continuation of this oil, whatever happens with it, on the next video for the next day. This is going to be a new day of signals coming up here. All right, I'm going to end the video now, and I'll see you in the next video.